Welcome fellow reefers, this is Acro Breeder posting an update for the month of December. Been missing for a few months, been busy at work, busy with life. This is my 40-gallon breeder, drilled, homemade stand. It's coming up here on about 2.5 years. Mostly Acropora and acans. I did a little bit of aquascaping here at the end of the peninsula. The acros were getting high coming out of the water, so I took out one of the middle rocks and lowered the scape here on the end. Not much new for the 40-gallon breeder. Been doing a lot of fragging and throwing them in the trash to cut down on aggression between the corals. All the fish are healthy and happy. Acans are loving life. Do have cyano in this tank. It's been kind of the normal here for the last year. Really don't know what to do. I'm just rolling with it. All the corals are happy, so I'm not going to make any big changes here. Here's a down the way shot. This is the view when I come out of my bedroom in the morning. Doing a trial Red Planet frag here on the glass. See if I can grow acros off the bottom as well as the acans. Nothing really new in this tank. I don't plan on adding any corals as I avoided pests of any kind. I don't want to risk messing up what I got going on here. Here's some frags down here in the sump. Got a couple big pieces of WWC yellow tips. They turn green underneath the AI Prime. Alright. I have had a lot of issues with my 75-gallon. I just re-aquascaped and scraped the glass on the bottom. There was a bunch of algae growing on the bottom. I lost a lot of coloration in the acros, even this Montipora digitata. It is on the rebound. It was much worse a few weeks ago. The main issue was my magnesium test kit was extremely expired and I was getting a false reading. And after purchasing a new magnesium test kit, I realized I was running at about 1100. So the acros were losing color. I didn't have any fatalities, but the acans, a bunch of them died off. I actually have them down here in the sump, kind of in the hospital. There's nothing to really pick on them. Down here, there's some life left to them, but barely. Also, my Euphyllias receded, even lost some tissue on the base. I didn't lose any heads. I also have this down here to hopefully recover under a little less light and flow. And I'm gonna target feed it. Hopefully I can get it to open back up. It has been opening a little better here since I increased the magnesium and just kind of did an overhaul in the tank. I was really letting it go, to be honest. I figured I was doing the same thing as I was doing in the 40-gallon breeder. It should be fine. It should be a fluke and just bounce back, but it never happened. It was just getting worse. As you can see, this body green slimer browned out. Those bright patches are actually just coming back here. In the last few weeks, there was almost no bright patches on it. So in comparison, you see what this looks like. It used to look like it used to look like that just a few months ago. So I thought I learned this lesson a long time ago. Things in life come up and put a little less attention and focus in the tank. And it gets to a point where I realize if I don't do something about it, I'm gonna have some losses. Luckily, I did kick it into gear and get it in shape before that happened. But as you can see, my acros look horrible. Hopefully with some time and consistency, they'll come back. You can see this colony here. There's a few green tips that are coming back. Just a few weeks ago, it was completely brown. It's amazing how quickly it can take a turn for the worse, and then it takes forever to get it to come back. But I have high hopes. Things are on the upswing here. I'm just gonna keep at it. For some reason, the frags in the sump didn't lose color, so I thought it was a lighting issue at first. So I was getting new bulbs, changing the lighting schedule. I thought maybe they weren't getting enough light, and that didn't seem to have much effect. So I think it was the magnesium, maybe down here in the sump with lower flow, maybe dimmer light. They weren't affected as greatly from the improperly balanced major elements, alkalinity, calcium, and magnesium. Due to the magnesium being way low, the alkalinity and calcium was kind of swinging all over the place. It was like hitting a moving target. I mean, I was keeping that in check, but it definitely wasn't as consistent as the tank is used to. All the fish are happy. I haven't had any losses over the last 2 or 3 months since I last posted a video. This wrasse here runs the tank. There is a mystery wrasse in here somewhere that is growing quite quickly, and I assume one day will take over. But for now, that is Fiji. The only named fish in the household is the queen of this tank. Here's another shot of an acan, just completely bleached out, not dead, but on the rebound, hopefully. Seahorse tank, no issues here. Did have a little bit of algae growing on the sand bed, so I added a small conch. It's been cruising around, cleaning it up. It's making pretty good progress. Been doing a lot of trading with local reefers for zoanthids. Kind of got into this hobby with acros first, now I'm getting into the zoanthids. So I got quite the collection going on here. I got about 20 frags. Here's one of the seahorses hanging out. I do about 2 or 3 feedings a day of smaller mysis and larger PE mysis. I did add some flow to this tank with a small Jabajo pump. The Gorgonians were not happy with almost, no flow. I just had flow from the return pump. It's a small, 300 gallon per hour return pump. Did add a cleaner shrimp to help clean up the uneaten mysis. You can see this Gorgonian is going through its shedding process where it kind of creates this film and sheds off layers in the flow. It does this, it seems like every month or so. And this Gorgonian is closed up at the moment. The seahorses hang on it and it closes up. But generally speaking, it is open most of the time. Oh yeah, you can see the other seahorse here hanging onto this Gorgonian at the base. Some more of the zoanthids. Alright, just wanted to post a one-shot update. Show everyone that I'm still maintaining these tanks. Everyone's doing good. Just been busy lately, and hopefully after the holidays I'll have a little bit more time to put into the tanks. Maybe post some more videos. Go ahead and round out this video here with a few more minutes of the 40-gallon breeder. Oh, so one other thing I did to combat the issue I'm having in the 75-gallon is I increased my auto water change that I use these Jabajo dosing pumps to perform. I increased it from approximately 3/4 of a gallon to about 1.25 gallons per day. And I actually did it so it does it every other day, and it's more like 2.5 gallons every other day. I figure the percentage changed over time will have a greater effect versus a smaller volume every day. So I'm going with the larger volume every other day. Alright guys, that's all I got. Look for me to post some videos in the future. I hope everyone has happy holidays and spends some good time with their family. See ya.